Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie. If you are new here, I do all kinds of lifestyle vlogs showing what it's like to be a first-time mom, but I also do a couple videos a month on finances, personal finances, and it's something that I've always loved to share and to connect with you guys about. If that's the type of stuff that you like to watch, make sure that you subscribe and like this video if you enjoy it. But today I'm actually going to take you a little bit outside of personal finance and show you my business budget, if you will. So if you're new here, I am a freelancer. I'm a freelance content creator. I currently have 2 clients, and by content creator I mean like actually creating content. So what should, like, content strategist I think is what I call myself, but basically I do marketing for 2 companies at this time. I used to have a very large client roster, and then when I got pregnant last year I slowly just naturally parted with people because I was exhausted. I was just so sick while I was pregnant, and now that I have Ivy, my infant, it is like impossible to work with her. Brief intermission to turn the heat off there quickly because I'm right under a heat vent and it's super loud. So I currently have 2 clients. I do all like blog content writing for one client, and then my other client I just started back with. I used to do all of the back end of her business, but since I was on maternity leave, she hired a bunch of other people, which I knew was going to happen, and I'm totally fine with it. So a bunch was taken off of my plate. So now I'm going to be focusing on affiliate marketing, which is a little bit different than influencer marketing, but it's similar in some senses. Eventually, if I want to pick up more hours with her, I will also be doing writing for her website as well. So a lot of writing, that's something that I really love to do. So it's been fun that I get to do it for 2 of my clients who I love both of them. They're both very low key. They're both very understanding of me being a new mom, and it's just really worked out well for me. So here's to hoping that I keep them for a very long time. I'm kind of paid differently by each client. So my one client pays me once a month, and then my other client pays me a couple of times a month. I get paid based on the amount of articles that I write for them, and my other client I get paid for the amount of hours that I work for her. So my hours were drastically cut because I needed them to be cut with Ivy. I just don't have the space to work 10 hours a week for her, so I'm working much less than that. So that's kind of the background of that. I'm completely barefaced just waking up this morning, and this is like when I usually check both my personal and my business budget. So I thought I would take you through my current budget for this month for April. It's like midway through the month, so I've had a lot of expenses come out. Just so you guys know, I haven't had like the best experience with my current accountant. We will be using somebody else next year. He was extremely overpriced in my opinion. I just don't feel like I understood what I should be doing with like my taxes and stuff. So we did end up having to pay in a little bit between my business and Ben's business last year. I do know that I need to start saving for taxes, which I am not doing this month, but I am going to do moving forward. So just so you know, that will change in this budget. But I wanted to show you kind of what it looks like. If you watch my personal like home budgets, then you'll see that it's basically the same template. It's much smaller and much more concise. So here is my budget for this month. As you can see, my income is very kind of all over the place, and it depends. I basically like drained my business budget because I work for myself, so I don't get a maternity leave, but I still wanted to pay myself. So I had quite a bit of money saved in here so that I could pay myself the last few months. So I'm kind of getting like building back up my nest egg in this account because it's in its own business account, and then I'm only paying myself a certain amount right now in order to do so. So you'll see that in here, but I just wanted to explain that to you. On the left is my budget, the right is actual. So here I just have the blogs that I've written. These are the different invoices that should be coming in this month, and then this is where we're at now. So the one thing with working for yourself, working freelance specifically, is I'm not paid at the same time every month. So I also have to be cognizant of that when I'm paying myself or paying my bills, and making sure that I have the money in the account. Like I said, that's why I want to like really build up a nest egg. As you can see from last month, I rolled over $1,300 because I like barely paid myself last month. And by paid myself, I feel like I'm going all over the place, but by paid myself, I just mean the money that I moved to our personal account as my salary. But I didn't pay myself very much at all last month in order to have some rollover. So as you can see, I am expecting $26.25 in income this month. I'm currently at $14.12 with what's come in so far. We're only halfway through the month. I think I have like 3 or 4 invoices that still need to be paid out this month. And then rollover from last month was $13.24.76. So I'm expecting to bring in just shy of $4 grand this month between my income and rollover. And I'm currently at $27.36. So I should be bringing in about $1,200 more this month. I am currently this month, I keep saying that, currently this month, but this month I will be paying myself $1,000, or I did already pay myself that. And then these are my fixed expenses that I have. So I use Canva. Currently I use Canva mostly just for you guys, for my YouTube channel. I used to use it for my podcast, but I stopped my podcast, so I'm no longer using that. And then every now and then I'll have to make images and things for my clients, but it's not as often as it used to be. But it's still a business expense because I do make money off of YouTube, very little. I think I've only been paid out twice. You have to hit $100 in AdSense to be paid out, and I think I've been paid out twice now, which is super exciting. But yeah, so that is a business expense for me, and all that does is it just gives you free reign in Canva. Like, I can use all kinds of templates, I can use every like image that they have, that kind of stuff for free. So next up is Libsyn. These are the 2 podcasts that I have. They're currently both $5 a month. I used to have a podcast called Chronically Healing, and I love it, and there's so much good stuff on there. So I'm currently paying $5 a month just for the hosting fee, so that I'm just like not ready to delete the podcast yet. So that's what that is. iCloud storage for my phone, or is that for my computer? I don't remember. I think it's for my phone. So that is a business expense as well. So $2.99 a month. Spotify is a business expense, $17.15. So having free reign in Spotify is something as well that I use when I'm working from home or working from a coffee shop. Much needed. And then my phone bills are $160. Again, business expense. I try not to write off random things as much as possible. I feel like it's easy to, when you have your own business, for people to be like, oh, just like write it off. But I'm still paying for it. It just means that I can write it off in tax season, and I might get a little bit like of relief from it, but not very much for this kind of stuff. So anyway, that's things like that. So I'll do, if I bought a new camera, if I buy a tripod, if I buy something like my computer, I wrote off those types of things, and that can kind of help balance out so you're not paying so much in taxes. Because if you are working at a company, they're gonna provide you with a desk, they're gonna provide you with a computer, they're gonna provide you with pens and paper and all that kind of stuff. I have to provide that for myself. So whenever I purchase those things, I purchase them with my business budget, and then I can write it off later as a business expense. If you didn't know that, I didn't know all that stuff. Thankfully, Ben had his own business, 2 of them, before I ever had mine, so he was able to help me with that stuff. So I'm expecting about $1,200 of expenses, including my salary, to go out. So really my expenses are only $200 this month, because my salary is $1,000. And yeah, so I started variable expenses, it's very rare that I spend anything in here except for the coffee shop. So I did start going back to the coffee shop to work. So when I go to the coffee shop and I'm working, not just like getting a coffee, I can pay for that with my business because it's a business expense. Just like if I were to go to a co-working space and pay for that, that would be written off. Or if you're working somewhere and you know, the business is paying for the space that you take up, I'm just doing that at a coffee shop. So that's kind of like a fun thing that I'm able to write off or pay for with my business, I should say. But I've only been to the coffee shop once this month so far. I am planning on going this weekend. And then all of this, I'm not planning on having any expenses this month. Again, I need to talk to someone about like how much I should be saving for taxes. I know they say 20 to 30% of your income, but I just want to like talk to somebody about that. So I'll start doing that soon. Like I said, I have money sitting in the account and in my savings within the account. So I have some money set up. I'm not just like hanging out here, but I would like to have a little bit more information on that. Work expenses, I don't have any this month. Squarespace renewal, that's my website. I paid for that last month actually, so that's just a yearly renewal, so I don't have that right now. And then miscellaneous buffer is for just like random things that I bought. I actually accidentally bought a shirt with my business account because it's connected to my PayPal, and it accidentally pulled from my business instead of my personal. But it's really not a big deal. So that's just like a miscellaneous thing that popped up that wasn't supposed to. So that is kind of what my quick and easy business budget looks like. Like I said, I'm a freelancer. I only currently have 2 clients, so it just needs to be simple. It's a place where I can keep track of everything. I don't want to pay for something like QuickBooks or whatever when I have, you know, a very small load, and I like budgeting anyway, so I can figure this out myself. So yeah, I'm expecting to have about $2,700 left over at the end of the month that I can roll over. Like I said, trying to rebuild that nest egg. And I've currently spent about $1,500. So if you take out my salary, I've spent about $500 this month, right? No, that's income remaining. Wow, it's the morning, can you tell? I've spent $1,231 this month. So I've really only spent $231. So I'm very frugal within my business account because I really don't need to be buying stuff. If anything, I'm putting more money in savings, or I am paying myself more so that we have more money in our personal account. But that is just a quick look at what my business budget looks like. I hope that you guys that were interested enjoyed seeing how I kind of keep track of everything. If you ever have any questions about like freelance content creation, what I'm doing, how I'm spending my money, any of those things, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be sure to talk about it in one of my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.